great year in the WCC, second, and now Northern Arizona in a rebuilding year.
Yeah, Payne took their top player, Sophie Glancy, to Santa Clara as well. So overhaul in roster. But Kayla Williams, as we see, having to guard.
NASCAR pace up and down the floor this year. Hasman gets to the rim, knocks it down. Had a nice game that was over double figures and bumped her average up to 10, but before that, to score. Barbosa going coast to coast, dribble drive to the cup, puts it in. All Northern Arizona, they cut the lead to 2. Pinheiro lobs it to Dos Santos, who lays it in with the right hand and gets swatted out of the hands. Hasman pushing the pace, gets to the rim again. Known as a first three-pointer of the game is put in for Williams. Dos Santos going right back to work.
Yeah, that's really unconventional for her. She's had such a great season for this Vandals team, as we see another turnover from NAU and Kira Gardner bringing it up quickly.
Hasman sets her feet, fires the three, connects!
And Williams still feeling that feeling from last game. 32 points last time out.
Now Hasman answers on the other end. Dos Santos tried to come free. The ball gets knocked away. She comes up to grab it. Gardner gonna launch. Nailing it. Beatriz Pasos takes it away. Gardner attacks off the right hand, hangs in the air, finishes. So Idaho gets the call overturned. They've won both challenges in this game. Pinheiro gets the inbounds pass and an easy 2. Offensive rebound for the Vandals. Gardner's gonna fire a 3, and she got it. To continue to attack the paint. As Pinheiro dribbles to the rim. Will they count it? Yes, they will. And 1 for Pinheiro. Dos Santos wide open, running the floor. Secondary break, and an easy 2 again. Kira Gardner hits the floor, but Hasman will launch up a 3 and knock it down. Uriarty on the baseline, able to keep it in. Gardner with a threading the needle pass to Dos Santos. Vandals starting to feel a rhythm. Hasman takes it to the basket, gets it to go.
And the Vandals have just been all offense here today.
Madison Dunn has it taken away. Kira Gardner sprinting out of the pack, and she scores. Out rebounding Northern Arizona in this game, something that Idaho does very, very well. Top 5 in the country. Beatriz Pasos straight to the cup. Moriarty driving baseline. Hasman zips it to Dos Santos, going to work again. Beatriz Pasos into the corner. Hanger for 3, will go! Vandals getting some valuable minutes for their bench players. Sarah Brands will attack, fade away, jumper, drops in. Beatriz Pasos attacks the rim, scoop shot off the rim and in.
Just an offensive on-pour that the Vandals have continued to show in their last 6 games.
And an excellent move.
We're back in Moscow, Idaho, 94-71 victory for Idaho. We're sitting here with Coach Arthur Moreira. 6-game winning streak. The offense has been on fire. Just tell us how you're feeling and how you're seeing your team right now.
I feel good. I mean, we're playing really good basketball right now. The best thing about this team is that we just keep finding different ways to win. You know, some games we'll score a lot of points like today. Some games we'll rebound the piss out of the ball like it was at Sac State. Some games we're just going to grind it out like it was in Northern Colorado. You know, I think that's what championship teams do. They just find ways to win no matter what happens in the game, no matter what's going right or wrong.
Yeah, and I was talking about it during the broadcast. There's portions of your game where it gets chaotic, and I say you guys thrive in chaos. It's not conventional basketball. You see three-pointer shot with maybe 1 or 2 passes on both sides, but it's when those situations start to happen, it seems like you guys thrive and take advantage of that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's how we practice every day. You know, and when we put this team together, we felt like we're really deep and we had a lot of pieces. So we want to play fast exactly because of situations like that. We want to get people tired out. We want to play a fun style to get some fans. We had a great crowd here today. It was good to see people in the student section. And but like I said, that's how we practice every single day. So we're used to those moments.
All right, let's talk about the defensive side. Naomi White coming into this averaging 22 points a game. What really stood out to me was the individual efforts from Ella Uriarty and Anna Pinheiro. Ana Piñeiro's versatility to guard a guard that has that scoring ability, then Uriarty, just consistent pressure. Talk about those two players and how they did.
Yeah, they're unbelievable. They're great individual defenders. Ana Piñeiro is a little young, but I asked her, I think it was after maybe the Northern Colorado games, like, hey, Ana P, do you know who Gary Payton is? And she's like, no, Coach, I have no idea. I was like, I'm going to start calling you the glove. So she didn't know who he was, but we explained, and she's just so special. She can guard any position. If we put her against Montana, we put her on Avery Waddington, which is a 4-man. We put her on Naomi White, who's a 2-guard. She's guarded point guards for us before. I mean, I think individually she's one of the best defenders in the league. And same thing for Ella. So when we have two players on your starting lineup that can shut down the other team's best players, it makes the defense look pretty good.
Yeah, and then the other thing, I don't have the stats, but your bigs production per minute is just outstanding. Deborah Dos Santos, our player of the game, 18 points, 8 of 11 from the field, plays 15 minutes. And then you got Barbosa, who had a great night tonight as well, but then last game, 16 minutes and has 15 points, along the same lines. It's just the production in such limited minutes is just outstanding.
Yeah, I mean, they probably deserve to play more, right? But that's kind of what we sold them on, is that if you guys are going to split minutes, when you're on the floor, go as hard as you can. If you're only going to play between 16 and 20 minutes every night, there's no reason you shouldn't run the floor every possession. There's no reason you shouldn't rebound as hard as you can. I mean, we got a lot of rim runs today, which is something I've been emphasizing with those two especially. So that I think they're the two best bigs in the league, and we have the luxury of making them switching in and out. And sometimes when you play teams, their starting big gets subbed out. Us as coaches, like, okay, we got a break now. And when people play us, I don't think they have that. They don't have that luxury.
Yeah, last one. Everyone's looking forward to it. Next week, you guys got Montana State, two top teams in the conference playing. Just a quick little snippet. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, it didn't feel good when we went up there. I'm going to go in the locker room. I'm going to remind the girls of that 33-point loss. I'm sure they haven't forgotten. It's I said it before this game. It's not that hard to get to the top of the league. It's really hard to stay there. It's a lot harder once you get there to maintain and be consistent and eventually win a championship. So Thursday, that's going to get tested. They put great pressure on the ball. They're the best mid-major defensive team I've ever seen. They create a lot of chaos, and we didn't play well last game. They took it to us, and we weren't ready. I think we're a different team now. We had that was the last time we lost. So we can't forget that either. I think hopefully it's going to go a little different on Thursday.
Well, congratulations, Coach, and we'll see you next Thursday versus Montana State.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.